I was born on a university campus, Tuskegee University, or at that time it was called Tuskegee Institute. We used to call Tuskegee the bubble. What went on outside of the bubble and what went on inside of the bubble, two different worlds. Segregation was outside of the bubble, the Klan. Inside the city limits of Tuskegee was another world. There were doctors, lawyers, PhDs, professors, pilots, some of the greatest minds in America. We're now on these little hubs called Black University, Black campuses. Morehouse College, Martin Luther King came from there. Howard University, Tuskegee. All of these schools, they were basically the mecca for all of this great power, mental power, because there's no place else for them to go. And so I grew up on a campus where there was nothing unusual about having a doctor, a lawyer, whatever the case may be, Black. But of course now, 35 miles away in Montgomery, Alabama, you couldn't vote. You couldn't walk down the street after dark. I went on the campus 1967. I was a freshman on the campus of Tuskegee. I was too short to play basketball, too small to play football, too slow to run track, hated baseball. One day I ran into Thomas McClure, the guitar player for the Commodores, and he did not know anything about me except, I heard you brought your horn to school. And I didn't tell him I brought my horn to school to learn how to play it, but that's just a minor detail I left out. Because back then, all you had to do was just play dun 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 dun. I could do that all day long. That's an easy one. So we actually put this together where the band did a talent show, and we were up against the senior group called the Jays. And what we didn't realize was the freshman talent show was really a chance for the upperclassmen to come and laugh at it was the gong show for the freshmen, but we didn't know that. And we killed it. We put this band together called the Commodores, and I walked out on stage, and some girl screamed in the audience. Now, I didn't know what that really meant, but I think that set off something inside of me that said, whatever this is, I'm staying with this for a minute. Benny Ashburn was our manager. Suzanne DePass called up on the phone one day and said, Uncle Benny, I have a new job. My job is I'm taking out a new group called the Jackson 5 across America, and I'm looking for the opening act. And Benny said, they're underneath my table in my apartment right now, which is true. We slept on everything in this single bedroom apartment. Suzanne walked in. We did the couple of songs. She said, you have the gig, and the rest of it's history. Whoa, whoa. I'd like to fly far away from here, where my mind, oh Lord, is fresh and clear, and I'm by the love that I long to see, where everybody can be what they want to be. We did 2.5 years touring with the Jackson 5 before we ever got an actual break in a studio. Motown Studios. Every song I ever recorded with the Commodores was in that studio. I was a kid, man, fascinated to walk in those doors. When I signed with Motown, I called it Motown University. Just imagine the master instructors of life were there. And you study how they're creating, you realize, where's the paper that Marvin's reading from? No, Lionel, he's making it up as he goes along. To watch Stevie record was just, well, can he see? I kept thinking, this guy can see. This is impossible. He's just faking it. And he realized, nope, he can't see. And yet, You know, he's just writing stuff out of the clouds. Today in rap, they call that freestyle. But back then, he was freestyling with a melody and a lyric at the same time. When I signed with Motown, I was not the lead singer. Clyde, the drummer, was the lead singer. I was the horn holder / could sing, kinda, but didn't know that I was a singer until I started singing the songs I wrote. Slowly, one song at a time. Oh yeah, well, Lionel, do you have any more of those? Yeah, I got another one. And by the third song, okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. I'd spend each and every moment with you. You once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you once, you know we let each other down, but then most of all, I do love you still. Kenny Rogers called me on the phone and said, would you write me a song? I wrote Lady, and then from there, Endless Love. I had gotten used to being called Commodore. I didn't have a name. But after Kenny Rogers and Endless Love, I became this guy named Lionel Richie. And so the interviews got a little bit more direct. Lionel, tell us about the day you started the Commodores. Well, I didn't start the Commodores. I mean, the guys we put together, you know, you start fumbling around, or they'd be asking the guys very poignant questions. I'll walk in and all the cameras now are going to me. Then the reviews started coming. Finally, halfway through the show, Lionel Richie sits at the piano and now plays his hit record. Well, try to go back to a group meeting after that. And I totally understood, so I was trying to pretend like it wasn't happening, but it was happening. And then finally you get the ultimate review, which I call the stab in the heart, which is, what's a guy like Lionel Richie doing in a funk band like the Commodores? That was not good. That was the end. The guys were mortally wounded. They came to me and said, would you like to do a solo record? It didn't mean I wanted to go solo, it just meant a solo record. Truly came out. Of course, they said, go right back in and do the next album. All Night Long came out. Hello, forget about it. Leaving the Commodores, you know, it was very painful. Every imaginable experience in my life, not only as a musician, as a writer, but as a man, I experienced with those crazy guys. That's why I'm